All right, can you guys hear me? All right, can you guys hear me? All right, good. So I actually just pulled up a scanner, and this scanner is using the 15. So first of all, my foundation of my trading is done with supports and resistance, and the 15 EMA and the 50 SMA. So I use that crossover on nearly every one of my charts. So you can see on here that I actually have that set up on all of my charts. And I do have a program that actually one of our members made, and he actually had it set up so that every time that cross happens, I get an alert on the actual chart. So if that's something you guys are interested in, he did make that proprietary, so I can talk to him to see if that's something I can share. That's not something that I can just share freely because this is his program that he created for it. But yeah, that is the foundation of my trading. So most of my scans. Hold on, I've got somebody walking up to the door here. All right, can you guys hear me now? Sorry about that. Had a friend come over and get some stuff real quick. And yeah, we have a about a 75-pound German Shepherd, pure black. We actually got her through a company that trains Flint police dogs, and she went through 3 levels of the military training and ended up failing the final level, so they had to make her a house dog, so or a family dog. So that happens. All right, so let me go back to the scanner here. All right, so the scanner that I have pulled up right now, this is actually using a couple different things. Like I was saying before, so the foundation of my training is actually done on the 15 EMA and the 50 SMA. So that is the moving average cross that I always look for. But this personal one that I have set up right here that you guys can see, so this is using the 1550 SMA. Also using Darvis box, so I'm looking for a break of a Darvis box. So what the Darvis box is, as you can see, see if I can get a good example of it right here. So this yellow box right here is a Darvis box. So this is actually taking supports and resistance and seeing it being accumulated between the support and resistance. And what you want to do is you want to go long when it actually breaks out of this Darvis box. So what this scanner does is this actually pulls that up, including also has to have a large average volume. So I want to see volume be coming in with the breakout of the Darvis plus the 1550 SMA cross. And you can see here that these are all actually set on the daily chart. Okay, so anything on the daily, this is what I'm looking for. This volume is pretty low. I typically do 250,000. I must have changed that for whatever reason. So I'm going to save that. Run the scan again, and you can see here, now you can see what is actually set up in that. So Intuit, CF Industries, Tapster Inc. Actually, no, this is a different scanner. I will go over the cloud as well. Tapster Inc. actually came on at a couple different scanners for me today, so I don't know all too much about them, but we can take a look at, what is there? TPR. So yeah, I don't know anything about this company, what they do, but you can see here on why it came up on the scanner, because it did break out over this previous resistance. Obviously with increasing volume today, which is odd with it being, Christmas week, but it did break out. So this would be one that you could consider going long. But again, I don't know much about this company. But actually there's quite a lot of volume. So these ones here with 0 volume, 11111, those are actually look to be brand new. So those probably actually just came in today through the Chicago Board of Options. Probably just made these 0s and 1s as brand new contracts. But on what they had set up previously, which would be the 28, the 30, and the 33, you can see actually there is quite a lot of call volume there and a little bit less on the put volume. So, I mean, that's something to keep an eye on. TPR, might be a good swing one. So there's this one. There's nothing proprietary in this one. Darvis box, you can actually get through TOS. They do have that in there set up. Obviously, average volume increase and the 15 EMA crossing the SMA. So I will share this one. So there's that for a scanner to use with a Darvis box break, 15 50 cross and increased volume over $250,000. Another one that you're looking at here is the cloud. Okay, so the cloud is one that I do use. I've actually started using it a little bit more recently. It's a little bit more specific, so you're going to get a lot less opportunities and stocks on the scanner than typical. So what I'm looking for here is the Ichimichu Cloud, which I did do a video on that, so you guys should all see. If you saw that video, you'd understand what that is. Above the cloud, does not have earnings within 30 days. 1550 cross, and then also I'm using the ST compound breakout tool. So the ST compound breakout tool is this right here, and this is a proprietary through, I forget the name of the company. I'll have to look that up to remember what the name of the company is. But I did buy this through them, so this is a indicator that I can't share. I can share the scanner, but I don't know if that ST compound breakout tool, if that has to be on your Thinkorswim in order for you to use it or not. But you can see here, I mean, right now, Mbot would be the only one. I don't know why UGAZ is on there. That's obviously down. Simple Trader, thank you. So Simple Trader actually uses ST compound breakout tool and the TTM Squeeze Pro. So I got that both through Simple Trader. And I do recommend those for anybody who wants to use those. I mean, they're great indicators. I use both of them every single day. So yeah, I don't know why you guys came up on that, but Mbot would be one that did what came up, and you can see exactly why. So it broke through the cloud today, and obviously a lot of volumes coming in it. Jeez. This would have been a good one to trade this morning. That actually, I saw it come through and just kind of ignored it today. That's too bad. But yeah, so that's where the break. So this is a very good breakout scanner, but like I did say, it is going to come up far less with opportunities than most other ones. Okay, so I will share this one, but again, I don't know if you do need the compound breakout tool for this to work. Okay, another one that I use, so this is one that I actually do use quite often for day trading. Okay, so again, I'm using the ST compound breakout tool, but this time I'm actually using the 14 EMA and the 30 SMA. Okay, so, and I'm also using the extended, so that's another thing to watch. I use this on the 30-minute for a day trade. Sometimes I will use these on the 5-minute as well. Let's see if anything comes up. So yeah, nothing came up that I would trade, at least on the 5-minute. But you can go through and actually change the time frames that you were to use on this. So BHC actually came through on another scan for me the other day. And you could see actually, yeah, this actually would have been a fairly good a day trade. So I use this it came up on the 10-minute, which would have been sometime in this time frame, because I do have it set up on, I believe, 5 ticks right now. So within the last hour or so, so that would have came up right through here, and you could have actually day traded that fairly easy. Now, I don't think I would have traded options on this one. Actually, these are pretty liquid options. So yeah, you could have actually probably day traded the 30s or the 2950s and made a decent play today. Let's see what else is coming up, see if we can find something. BHC also hit on the 15 Tiffany's. Let's see what TIFF is doing. No, they got bought out. So Tiffany was bought out, and I'm assuming that they were bought out for whatever this for 134 per share. So whenever you see something that is this tight, it typically means a buyout. And they were bought out. I forget by who. But it typically means that this is going to be the range it's going to trade in. So ignore anything that's that tight. So just be very careful with that. Anything else? BHC, Louis Vuitton. Thank you. NVTA was one that I used to trade quite often, but I don't like that daily, so I probably wouldn't. But you can see again, that would have been a great one to day trade. You could have caught that move up right there and gotten out. But this actually does, see, I wouldn't trade this now, but that move up on that scanner, when that would have hit, you could have actually, you made 15, yeah, you could have made about $1 move on that. So low delta, not real, liquid. I would not have day traded this one, but that did obviously come up in the scanner again. So a lot of these you can actually use if you're going to be day trading stocks to do that. So I'll share this one here. And then another one that I do a lot for entries into swing trading. Same concept as the one we just went over, but now I'm using a 1550 SMA. So this is actually why I got into MS. This is where this morning I said that it was a good entry point. Obviously it's come down a little bit, but it's still holding. And these are all new that came up in here. So Dell and Hog. Hog I know came down pretty hard week or two ago, but you would see here would have been your entry. So you had the compound breakout tool hit, you had the 1550 cross hit at the same time, and that's all I'm looking for here. So above $35, above 250,000 volume, and these are what have come up in here. So this is a really good entry point on the 30-minute, and then on this one for a swing trade, I also would use a 1 hour. And see what, so Roku actually came up on the 1 hour. So 1 hour compound hit and 1550 cross at 136.68 hit. So that would be a entry point on the 1 hour as well. Obviously Roku is extremely volatile, so if you do trade that one, be careful with that. Make sure you have a nice stop set up on there. But it does look pretty good for a potential entry. So I'll share this one here. So 15. Another one, let's see, what else do I use a lot of? Those are really my biggest ones that I use here. Actually, here's a gap scanner. So gap scanner is actually looking for a big move at the open. And look at LK. So this would be kind of a momentum, and look at that. Yeah, that would have been a good entry. I did not look at this scanner, so I did miss that move in LK. But this is a good momentum type scanner. So this is finding large moves at the open that you're looking at for continuation. Okay. What time did this happen? This happened right at 9:30. So that 9:30 to 10 o'clock hour, that's where this hit. That's too bad. Always watching LK, and I missed that one, unfortunately. So I'll share this one too. So this is a good momentum scanner. This is typically one that you would want to use more for a day trade because this can happen very quick. So yes, I will upload this video onto YouTube. I'm gonna have to edit out because obviously I was gone for a few minutes at the very beginning, and nobody wants to sit there and watch nothing. So I will have to edit this, but I will put it on YouTube, so you can go back over how most of these work. Is there anything specific that you guys want to look at? I have squeeze scans, which will use just the Bollinger Bands, which would actually be squeezing down on the stock to see accumulation, and usually with the squeeze there's a big move coming, and it can happen either way, of course, but I'm going to change this to the sizzle. So none of these I would be overly interested in, just looking at it real quick. But there's Tiffany again, and it's only in the squeeze because they were bought out by Louis Vuitton. So that's the only reason why you're seeing that squeeze. And same with MDCO, they were actually purchased as well. So their stock is going to sit right around the $84 because it was either $83 or $84 that they were actually bought out for per share. So you do have to be careful with those long squeezes on some of those, making sure that they weren't buyouts. Yeah, and there's nothing on here that I'd be overly interested in, but let's see if we can see the squeeze on TJX. So yeah, so you can see here that the squeeze actually started in November. It is kind of an upward movement, but this isn't something that I'd really want to play. It is sitting right on a little resistance here. So it could be a bounce candidate. And actually a nice upward pennant too. So this actually might be one for a swing. I would go far out on TJX. You have the dividend in February and earnings not until the end of February. So you have a lot of time to play this one. Just hoping that these resistance work. I'll share this one too. So, but like I said in the very beginning, I mean, you can see that the 1550 is the basis and foundation of my trading. It always has been, always will be. It's a great entry point for swing trades. I am not a huge day trader. I'm getting a little bit bigger in it now. But you know, with the swing trades, it's been huge. So I actually have the 1550 Darvis break today, and also on the weekly. So that's actually, let me share this one too. I don't know if anything's going to pop up on this one. So nothing's popped up on this one. This is a good one for very long-term swings. Okay, so this would be something that if you're going to be going out, 5-6 months, this is what you would want to be looking at for long swings. But let's see if anything new is popping up here. HAE. VTA. No. So nothing that I would want to day trade, at least with options. NVTA would be one that I might consider with shares only, but not in options with that right now. It's not moving fast enough. I think you could probably get maybe a little bit more out of it. Definitely wouldn't trade options on this, at least for a day trade. 5 minute looks great. $10 somewhat building. Yeah, I'd stay away from that. Won't do that. So yeah, there's a few of my scanners. If you guys have anything else you want to go over, let me know. Here's actually a bull flag I have on the 4 hour, 1 hour. Very rarely get anything out of this. Not a real good one, so I'm not going to share that. Uptrending stocks. I don't mind this scanner. The problem is you get so many with this. I mean, you do need to then go through it, and there's LK again. I'll share this one. Man, I'm mad about missing LK this morning. Dang. Looks like it might be coming down a little bit. If we can get a breakdown here and possibly back down to 34, that might be a good entry point. So I'm going to set an alert. So you're going to do right click, create alert. At this one, I'm looking at or below 3409. And then that should alert me when we get back down to this area, which is a nice intraday resistance. I'm sorry, nice intraday support, and hopefully a good entry point for us on that. So is there anything specific you guys want to go over? Any questions about the scanners? So here's the 15 below. And to do below, you actually would just change these to edit these is true within 5 bars. Simple. So the crossing type you just would do below rather than above. So that's how you would find the down move on that one. And then on the ST compound breakout, it would be LSS, I believe is the move up. So SSS is the short. So you would do SSS right here as the short. I'm sorry. So I think it would be LS. LS is the long, SSS is the short. So on the one I shared with you, it's going to be LS, and to go on the short side, SSS. And it's moving down. So TOO is one that keeps popping up. That is a very, yeah, this is a stock I wouldn't touch ever. So you do have to be careful with what pops up. I mean, you can see that. That's just, don't trade TOO. But that does keep coming up. And I wonder if they were bought out too. Who knows what that's about. But don't trade everything that comes up. You do have to look through it, even though they do come up on the scanner. And Dell, I do like. It's a positive tick, not by much. All right, well, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to keep scanning. Look at this move. Man. You know, for a week of Christmas, there's been some fairly large moves. But again, you can see all the new options that came in. But there's a lot of volume in some of these. So those 85s might not be a bad move month out. I might get into the BAX 85s in January. Not yet, but I'm going to see how it closes today. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut down here. If you have any questions, I can get back on, but we'll kind of go from there.